Guys, it's BBDude95 again, and this video is a little bit different than some of my other ones. It's still about Infestation, but we're hitting a new part. This is a note to the developers. So, what we're going to talk about right now is stuff they need to do or change. You know, there's always something. But I feel like these are some of the main critical points that any game developer needs to do to their games, and help them in the long run incredibly. Now, I myself, I make games. I do it all the time. I've taken classes. I'm going to college for it. That's not the point. This is just from a pure gamer perspective. We've played MMOs, played single players, zombie games, all different kinds of games. Now, Infestation's gotten a bad rap. We're not going to be focusing on that, as I said in my last video, but there are a lot of things that can change. First off, we're just going to go with something simple to start off. When you want to pick up an item, you hold E to pick it up. That's fine. I like it. Simple, it's fast. You can easily do a whole bunch of items. Just hold E, picks up, you pick one thing and then another and then another. It keeps going until you decide to stop holding E. But I feel like they should make another key option you can turn on and off. Like if you go up to a weapon, just automatically equip it. Just simple, something nice. And then they need to redo the taskbar. The little thing at the bottom, 1 through 6, you can assign different items. 1 is your main weapon, your rifle. 2 is either a flashlight or a melee. 3 through 6 is an assorted thing is of food or hats, which don't do anything if you put them in there. Put your flashlight in there, but it doesn't do anything if you put it there. They need to redo it so that anything you put in there within reason can be pulled out and scrolled to. What I mean by this is 1 and 2 keep with your weapons. You know, your weapons and your flashlights or your weapons and your melee. That's okay there. But then 3 through 6, you need to really just throw in. You put your flashlight in there and switch to that. You can put some food. If you guys add like shovels in, or you add in, some other items, you can automatically just switch to it. You don't have to hit the keys. They actually do something and are not there for aesthetics. I do like how it disappears. That's nice. Should also be an option. Games with options, always a hit with people. You also need to update your wiki, which I'm on right now. It's the video. It's really, really behind. Most players, they want to know the stats of items they use, so they can compare one another. Infestation does not have stats in-game, so you're forced to go to the Wikipedia page. But it has so little information, whether or not it's an official one. If it's not, they should make one. But the people in charge of the wiki need to update it, need to talk to the developers, get the stats, so players know what the hell they're doing. I want to know whether a spike bat does more damage with a machete, obviously a machete, but it doesn't even have a machete on the Wikipedia, and machete is a pretty main weapon for a lot of players. Pretty simple there, you know. Next, they need to do something. They're still in development, but it's very important and it can change the game a lot. Player markets. This adds a lot more player interaction in main cities. I would like to be able to give people my money for services. I want to, get a gun from someone. I want to get a sniper rifle, one of the rarest items in the games, through legitimate ways. I want to be able to trade someone knowing that I'll actually be able to get the item I want, instead of just be like, hey, I'm going to drop this, hopefully you're going to follow through with our deal and drop the sniper rifle, which does not usually happen. This also opens up things like bodyguard contracts. That would be a cool mechanic in the game. You can hire players to protect you. I think that'd be pretty decent. You make a contract, they fill it out. At the very end, they get paid from your account, in-game money. I guess you could choose real life money. Kind of stupid, but I guess you could use that as an option. And at the end, at the end of the contract, be like, if you get me to this point, or you save me for this amount of time, uh, you get the fee. You get paid. And if I die, I can choose to pay you or not pay you, so on and so forth. I also feel like they should add clan bunkers. Be an interesting mechanic that would open up sort of like a guild vault, so that advanced players can help out new players who often will team up with thugs and get themselves killed. It allows them to be able to like teach them more, um, give them backpacks so they can actually pick stuff up. You know, give them a starting melee weapon that's not a flashlight. Teach them through the games, which it also adds in a lot of player interaction that is not completely violent. Um, Another simple thing would be early customization. So in Infestation, you can choose. I think you have 5 or 6 characters you can make. You can kill them off, whatever. They take an hour to respawn. You can pay to make them instant. That's great. It's fine. But you're supposed to feel attached to your characters so that you don't want them to die. But they're all basically the same. You're starting things. You have like 3 different faces, 3 different clothes, 3 different pants, or shirts and pants. You can't. There's no options there. All the characters basically look the same. You can make a creepy pedo Mexican guy, or a guy who looks like he just got out of jail, or a lumberjack. No customization there. But if we throw in an option like you can actually be a woman for once, apparently there's no women survivors, but whatever, you could change your skin color. So if like a African American black person wanted to play, you could play a black character. You know, uh, Bigger, skinny, whatever. Make yourself short, I guess. No, because that'd be a tactical advantage. Scratch that one. But somehow, making customizations, add war paint, things like that. You could even like have a little bio for your character. Chuck Norris's child, whatever you want. It makes the people more attached to the characters, so they don't want this character to die. They play this one more. They're more inclined to play the game. Period. And if you add in crafting and skills, sort of like you already have a skill tree, have another one that you can either do like lumberjacking, mining. You can make weapons, or you can make medicine or craft guns. And different random things you can do. You're more inclined to keep that character alive, keep it from getting infected. Uh, it also opens up a lot of like sort of jobs, I guess you could say, where you have a character who's all he does is sit in a town and build stuff. But all your other characters, they go out and actually do things and like bring him supplies. So you're still playing the game a lot, but you're also actually getting things out of it that you can trade with other players, things other people want, and it also makes characters more valuable, which increases the PvP part. It changes the element of the game, I guess you could say. Another thing is the game isn't really unique. They basically took a single player game, just generic zombie survival game, made it multiplayer. That's all they did. And threw in bugs. But besides that point, there's nothing really unique about it. You just go, you sit there, you're swinging at zombies. You're not even like moving your arm a whole bunch. You're just sitting and doing one repetitive motion over and over and over. There's no skill, there's no challenge, there's no like it's boring. There's no like real incentive. There's nothing cool. I don't want to be like going out and just riding a skateboard. I want to be able to do tricks. I want to be able to do an uppercut with my machete, and potentially decapitate when I kill a zombie. Those things are really cool, and they help players like the game more. But in Infestation, all you do is you do one repetitive motion over and over and over. Adding things that are unique make players want to play the game more. And they just don't do this. Adding things like zombie mobs, like there's a random path generated, and there's a group of like maybe 5 to 15, maybe lower, higher, whatever Infestation wants, that will just randomly travel throughout the forest, one big pack. And in the middle, there's sort of like a special zombie that killing it will drop an item and make the zombies go crazy, and uh, so anyone in the vicinity just freaks out. They have to run or they have to fight. There's no I'm gonna hide. These zombies are going to kill you, or you're gonna kill zombies. There's no in between. They need to add something unique. That's just an option. There's tons of things you can do to add it unique, make it unique. But before you can make a successful MMO, you have to hit the generic MMO things, then hit the uniqueness, and you find your niche, and that's where you make your money. Infestation, you'll pull out of the War Z thing, and people will start actually using real life money in the game, which is stupid. I don't agree with that period. But that's my own opinion. And players will flock to your game. You will be like what World of Warcraft used to be. And I want you guys to succeed because I like MMOs. And you guys have promise. But I also like zombies. I guess what I'm trying to say here is you guys have to change to survive. Game development is about adaptation to current trends and beating the competition. That's all there is to it. You gotta be unique. You gotta beat. You have to make people want to play your game. Sort of gotten off topic here, but that's the main focus there. Thank you guys for watching. The developers listening, you guys have a solid game going on. I recommend that you talk to the Wikipedia guys more. Very important. And thank you for watching. Comment below if you have any things you also think the developers should look at. And yeah, have a crappy day.